Hey everyone, I'm Jason with Outdoors with the Brown Boys. Welcome back to our channel. One of the things that I'm going to show you today is how I color my own hooks. You see a lot of things on the internet, maybe even on YouTube, where there is a kind of a powder coat that you can use to put on your hooks. I don't know if there's really enough testing and evidence to show that coloring the hooks is really a big benefit. But as fishermen, we're always going to try to do the best thing we can to give us that advantage when it comes to fishing. So with that said, what I'm going to do is show you how I color our hook. I'm going to show you 3 different colors, and we're going to be using circle hooks, that's really primarily what most surf fishermen use. Every once in a while I will use a plain shaft hook, depending on what I'm trying to catch. So appreciate you tuning in to the channel. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you like it. If you like what we're doing, drop a comment down below. If you've got questions about anything in this video, drop some comments down below. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions, and let's get started. All right, what I did yesterday is I actually made some pompano rigs right here, different color floats, and I used floats that I had got from Wild Miles Tackle, Shane Powell. I want to give those guys a shout out real quick because they do have a website and they have a Facebook page. So if you're interested in some different color pompano floats, if you're interested in some short rigs, give Shane a call or send them a message. Look on their Facebook page, look on their website. Listen, they got a lot of great stuff, so check them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pink, a yellow, and an orange colored hook. And I'm going to show you step by step just exactly the way that I do it and what I use. I have found that this particular type of paint actually works better than the powdered paint. I've used the powdered paint before. It had a tendency to basically crumble as I was putting bait on the hook and things like that. And I found this to be a better material, and it stays on the hook a lot better. When we color these hooks, I only color it to about right in the bend of the hook right there. That's about as far as I go. The eyelet does get covered with paint, but that's fine. You can scrape that off with a knife after you cure it. All right, guys, let's get started. First thing, you'll need a pair of needle nose pliers. And what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to grab the hook right about where that barb is right there. Okay, that's how you're going to be able to dip it in to your paint. The paint that we are using is actually an acrylic paint. And you may say, well, that's probably just going to peel off. Well, if you don't cure it to the hook with some high heat, it's very possible that it will. I tested this out on many occasions, and I found that coating your hook with this acrylic paint, letting it dry for at least 24 hours, and then putting it in the oven to cure it is the best way to go. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Next thing you want to do is you want to get your hook set in your needle nose pliers. Now don't worry about it if you get some paint onto the barb of the hook itself. It's not a big deal. It happens all the time. The next thing you're going to need is a lighter. And what we are going to do is we are going to light this hook for about 6 to 7 seconds, which is almost the same process as if you were going to use the powder coat. Then we're going to take that and we're going to dip it. I tilt the paint over, stick it down in there, let it get a good coat, pull it out, let that excess kind of drip down just a little bit. And then I have a little station right over here beside me that I take Yeah, make sure you got some paper towels or something close to you so that you can wipe the excess paint off of your needle nose pliers. Next, we're going to do yellow. Again, trusty needle nose pliers. We're going to hook that hook right there, okay? Next thing we're going to do, take our lighter, 6 to 7 seconds. And listen guys, when you put this in the paint, you're going to hear it sizzle. That's fine, don't worry about it. So we're going to stick it in, tip it over a little bit, stick it in, get it all the way down in there, and we'll ease it right back out. I have found that doing it this way is really the best way. And then when you put it over here on your hanging station, it seems to dry a whole lot better. And you get a whole lot better outcome. We're going to do orange. Now this isn't a fluorescent orange. All this is just kind of a bright orange. And you can change these colors. You can play with them. You can pour some out on a plate and add some white to it, and that will brighten the color up some. I have done that before. Wasn't going to do it for this video, but I will show you one in just a minute that I did, that I mixed the color and I wanted to do kind of a swirl color on it, and I'll show you how it ended up here in just a few minutes. All right, again, we'll warm it up, 6 to 7 seconds. Hold your hook tight. We'll dip it. I can hear it sizzling. We get it all the way down in there, and then we pull it out. And voila, there you go. This is my hook drying station, or even if I color a float for some reason, this is where I will hang it. But all I have is just an empty cardboard box, and I have an old wire hanger that I cut into pieces, and I have it going across. And then I just hang my hooks on it, and they'll stay there for 24 hours until they're completely dry. See how well those look? Now, remember I said you could get some paint on your tips of your hook. Don't worry about that, that's fine. You can peel that off once they're completely dry and before you put them in the oven to cure. All right guys, now I have some hooks that I have previously made, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what they look like, because once you put them in the oven and you cure them at 300 degrees for about 20 minutes, then you open your oven, let it cool off, and let your hooks cool off for about 10 minutes, and then you can take them out. And I'm going to show you a couple that I did already. Now, this is one right here that I did, and hopefully that'll focus in pretty well. But that is a white with a purple smear in it, I guess you could say. And I had to go back through and I had to clean the eyelet out. Now, I don't know if you can see straight through it or not, but hopefully you can. But that was one that was a multicolor. Then we have an orange hook. This is a larger blue hook. Yellow. And then another purple. What we're going to do now is we're going to let these dry for 24 hours. Then we're going to put them in the oven, cure them. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Again, drop us comments down below and let me know what you think about these hooks and us coloring them, and what your thoughts are on colored hooks, and does it really help you attract different species of fish. All right guys, we want to prep our oven, so we're going to go to bake, go down to 300 degrees. We're going to let that preheat. Then, you see how I've got the racks set up in the oven? We're going to hang them on this top rack, and we're gonna let them bake for 20 minutes. Okay guys, what I've done is I've already put the hooks on the tray of the oven and just got them hooked on there, just like that, just like I did when I was hanging them up to dry. So what we're gonna do, we've already got the oven preheated. So we're gonna slide these in real easy so that they don't get up against each other. Just like that. You can see they're still hanging. We'll close the oven. We're gonna come up. We're gonna do a timer. 20 minutes. All right guys, the timer just went off. We'll turn that off. Turn that off. We're gonna open the oven. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna ease this out just far enough to where it stops right there. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let these cool off and dry. Here are the hooks after they have been cooked in the oven at 300 degrees for 20 minutes and cured. I want to give you an idea of what these look like. That's one of the green hooks that I made, and that is a yellow hook that I made. Both of these floats on here are from Wild Miles Tackle. They are the pink, somewhat orange in there, yellow and green. Very good floats. On this rig here, we have the, what I call like a cotton candy looking color. These also come from Wild Miles Tackle. This is a single drop rig that I made with 30-pound mono. Has a yellow bead, a green bead, and then it also has the green colored hook. This is a larger hook on this rig because we will primarily use it for cut bait.